Yesterday, I wanted to just be like, I'm done, I quit. Let's talk about the first course of opening a business. Hi guys, it's actually been a very long time since I've posted on YouTube and so much has happened, so much has changed. I've stopped modeling, I've opened a business, but I thought it would be really nice to provide a little bit of insight into what's been happening and where we're at. 2020 was the year of the lockdown and it meant a lot of us were at home trying out different things. I found myself creating a lot of content in my garden or in my bedroom and I felt a little bit suffocated. I wanted a space that would allow me to be as creative as possible, but also allowed me to have a divide from work and home life. So originally my idea was literally just that we were going to open up a lifestyle content studio. It was just going to be photography and that's it. When I saw this unit, we had another space upstairs which became the social, which is a podcast room. But my intention wasn't really to create a podcast room. So what surprised me was how many people loved the podcast room and were booking, despite the fact that really and truly I had kind of no idea as to what we were doing or how a podcast studio operated or worked. We've learned a lot of things throughout the way, from SD cards and what the correct SD cards are, to the correct levels, to implementing a guide, because some people are more well established with the equipment versus others that aren't, and we want to create a space that is inclusive for all. So there's definitely been a lot surrounding this room and learning about how to make that work. I have signed some release forms, so I actually don't know if I can share the specific brands that we've had in, but we've had a TV production in, we've had some incredible brands in, and to me that has been the biggest win of all. The fact that we've been able to host such incredible, talented production companies. Yes, we love working with creatives and having them in, but an actual brand knowing who LND Studio is and what we have to offer is just mind-blowing to me. And we had a production company in from month 1, I think it was. No, month 2 of being opened. So crazy. Oh my God, there's actually quite a few. So the first one being that we are in a space that has incredibly high ceilings. And so heat does not travel as well as it should in this space. It is so cold at times, which has meant that in, I think it was November, my electricity bill was £400.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Moment of silence, because what the hell? I'd probably say that, because that was very much an unexpected cost for November. I'd also say, again, as I said, with the podcast room, it being booked up as much as it was has also meant that we've had to gain as many skills as we can to be able to be proper hosts. And I think actually what I probably should have done to begin with, upon reflection, is either got some experience at a podcast studio or seen if I could have shadowed a podcast producer or editor or something, like a sound engineer. I think that would have been really beneficial for me, for us, for our clients. And it's not necessarily been a challenge having to learn, but I think there could have been other methods that we would have taken that would have allowed for it to be a smooth run. Goodness gracious me, I've had to learn that sometimes it's not that personal. Having opened this and we got the keys in May, didn't open till October, which is a story within itself. It didn't open until October. The fact that there was so many things and obstacles that we had to go up against, and by we, I really mean just me, because there was a month where I was just crying by myself in here, what the hell is happening? Why is everything going wrong? But yeah, the fact that I had to go through all of that, that has really kind of taught me that sometimes it's not that personal, and this is just business. And some people you're gonna work with and it's gonna be amazing, and other people you're gonna work with and it's gonna be terrible. And it's not because they're a bad person or anything like that, or that you are a bad person. It's simply just that at this present moment, this isn't gonna work. Money is on the line, time is money, it's precious. We need to open the doors, or we need to make sure that this person can be in here, whatever the case may be, but don't take it too personal, which is really hard for me because I'm very sensitive. I'm also a Virgo rising, so there's elements of wanting to be perfect and having perfection. There's no perfect in business. Like, you literally just have to go with the punches, go with the highs, go with the lows, and it'll work out. So the aim has been for each month for us to hit 32 hours worth of bookings. To be fair, I actually think that we've had a pretty good ride, considering we haven't done a massive amount of marketing and we've literally just been kind of doing it organically. I definitely think that from March, ideally, I want to be doing a lot more marketing, a lot more ads. But for the first sort of quarter, my main aim was just to get it out there as organically as possible. So in October, we hit 21 hours worth of bookings. Most of those bookings were for our podcast room. Then November, we went up a little bit. We hit 31 hours of bookings. December, we were closed for most of December. I really needed a break from the UK, London, this place. I just needed to be in the sun. So we were only open from the 1st to the 15th of December, and we had a few days off because it was my birthday, but then also we launched a collection with ASOS, so there were a few days that we weren't actually open. But we hit 12 hours worth of bookings. I really do think that had we been opened, December would have been a really good month. We had an incredible amount of inquiries, people wanting to see the space, people wanting to book the space. So I do think that we would have hit at least 32 hours worth of bookings, but I needed a break. And then January started the year very strong with 42 hours worth of bookings. I think we've been on a positive stretch. I'm really looking forward to what February is going to bring, because I think that we are going to hit our target. Probably the fact that we've had like some really incredibly large brands in. I wasn't estimating us being there yet, and the fact that we are is incredible, absolutely like astounding, amazing. But I kind of want to see us go more in that direction as well, like working with production companies and brands and just having them taking over the space, I think would be amazing. A lot of people have made remarks about the fact that there are some incredible content studios in London at this present moment, but not a lot of them offer a vibrant, colorful space. That has been such a positive thing, just being able to be like, yeah, we're validated in the fact that we want color and we want to bring something that's different to the space and to the market is great. But I definitely think that we need to be doing more in terms of getting out there and reaching more creatives. I don't think that we are as known as we need to be just yet, but also it's only Feb. We opened in October. It's okay. We're gonna get there. But the response thus far has been amazing. I don't know. I really think that the algorithm sometimes absolutely loves what we're putting out and is like, we are going to push this to every single person who loves color and who is a creative, and sometimes the content doesn't get pushed out. I think I'm still trying to figure out what our content strategy is going to be and what our marketing strategy is going to be. It's something I need to look into. That's what I'm gonna say. It's something I need to look into. Thus far, whenever we've asked how have people heard about us, it has been through Instagram, through TikTok, and that is great, but it's like, how can we do more? Your girl is struggling. It's definitely had an impact. The lead up to us opening, there was a lot of need for me to be on site. I had to be making sure that the deliveries were arriving. So sometimes I was getting here at like 6 a.m. for a sofa to arrive. There was definitely a need for me to be on site, and I think that that need is still here. But what I'm trying to do now is that like I'm looking to hire more staff. I think that will definitely help with like balancing, still having a life, a personal life, but also ensuring that like the business is doing what it needs to be doing and is welcoming the guests that we need to be welcoming in the correct way. But it's been difficult, I'm not going to lie to you. I've definitely been working like 7 days a week, 6 days a week. Sometimes I'll be like, no bookings, and then someone will inquire and I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I'm definitely still in the process of figuring it out, but I'm hoping that from like March onwards, I keep saying March onwards, but I'm hoping from March onwards, there is going to be more of a work-life balance and like me having my shit figured out. I cry. What the hell? I don't know. Watch Vanderpump Rules, watch Real Housewives, cry, drink some wine, have a bath.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, yesterday I wanted to just be like, I'm done, I quit. Well, we're not gonna do that. So how's my vision changed? If we were talking yesterday, I would have been like, girl, I'm done. How can I get out of this lease? But today, my vision is simply, let's just make this work. Let's create community-centric events. Let's do the things that I've been saying I want to do, like YouTube. I just want this to be like a creative space that lots of people can use. I want it to be home away from home vibes. So I got to put my foot on the gas, but January I was so sick, so I really couldn't think at all. But now we're ready. It's like go time now. We're gonna see what happens. I'm excited. I feel like February is my new year. So let's see what happens. Hire staff. I just think it's gonna be better for me, for the clients, for everyone on board. Another goal is I want us to be hosting more production companies and brands. TV production, fashion, lifestyle, skincare, beauty, all of that brands. That's one of my goals. I want to definitely create more community-centric events. So whether that's hosting a Galentine's event or a vision board event. And in terms of like money-wise, obviously it would be amazing for us to be going above and beyond the target that we have of 32 hours a month. But we will see what happens. I think that it's possible. Believe in yourself, don't take things personally, but more importantly, stand your ground. Policies are in place for a reason, follow those policies. I have a hard time of like feeling like someone might not like what I have to say or a decision I'm making, but you have to put your foot down, like you have to, because otherwise you're gonna run yourself into the ground and your business into the ground. So put your foot down, be strong in what you're saying, own it, stand on business, and you'll be okay. But you know, you're gonna go through hard times. There's gonna be highs, there's gonna be lows, there's gonna be months where you're like, where is the money? What is going on? How am I gonna pay for my £400 electricity bill? And then there's gonna be other times where you're like, actually, this is great. Like we're meeting incredible people. The profit is coming in. You're able to make sure that you're paying your staff. You're able to pay yourself. It will get there, but it's like leaps. It's, you know, highs and lows, highs and lows. So just ride that wave, babe. Ride that wave. Okay, so that is my business diary. I hope that you enjoyed. I think that this is something that I want to do quite often with you. If you've got any questions, some things that I didn't answer, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. But yeah, I think it's just an exciting time. And this is great for me in the sense that it gives me something beyond just like the content influencer stuff that I do. I wanted to open something and start something that was not necessarily me. Sometimes I don't want to be in front of the camera, even though I have to film all of the studio content and be in front of the camera, but still. So I will see you next time. Maybe I'll see you next quarter. This has been my business diaries.